Our next invention uncovers the dark side of the Romans, and it only came to light after the discovery of a mysterious ancient wheel, the likes of which have never been seen before. It led historians to a Roman underground hell that would claim the lives of countless slaves. Rolling in at number 6 is the underground hell of the silver mine at Rio Tinto. The Roman Empire spread all the way from Britain to the Middle East. But it was here, in the hills of southern Spain, that 100 years ago, the remains of this strange wooden wheel were found. What could it be? It was soon discovered to be Roman, and it was over 2,000 years old.
What the experts soon realised was that they discovered a giant water wheel, 14.5 feet in diameter. And the most amazing thing, it hadn't been buried. It was supposed to be underground.
This water wheel was part of the machinery of an ancient silver mine known as Rio Tinto. Precious metals like silver and gold were crucial for the Romans. Their huge empire needed paying for. Massive building projects, the military, and their administration. Somehow, this all needed to be funded.
The 60 million citizens of the Roman Empire needed a currency to trade in. To get that currency, they needed pure silver.
In order to get this silver, they constructed underground mines. But they had a problem. The mines were prone to flooding from subsurface water supplies. So the Romans constructed huge water wheels. They were used to drain the water away from the mine. How was this done? By the feet of slaves.
Huge underground water wheels being walked on by slaves. It's crazy, isn't it? Would you have liked to be the Roman engineer who floated that idea? They must have thought he was nuts.
Incredibly, there were 8 pairs of wheels raising the water from one cavern to the next and up, out of the mine. Once again, the Romans were using their engineering genius to overcome nature.
The whole system could lift water at the height of a 10-story building.
These astonishing wheels never stopped. They were worked 24 hours a day.
It's estimated that one slave could raise 21 gallons of water per minute, so that means the whole system could lift 180,000 gallons of water every day.
But the water was full of poisonous minerals, which made the air toxic to breathe in.
Imagine, you're underground. The air is toxic from the fumes emanating off the water. It must have been absolutely horrific.
They were terrible conditions to work in, and once the slaves were down there, they would most likely never see the light of day ever again.
Most of these slaves didn't live much over a year, and when they died, the Romans didn't even bother taking their bodies to the surface.
This worked out fantastic for the Romans, but not so well for the slaves. It's impossible to imagine the horrifying lives that the slaves endured down in the mines.
Sacrificing lives for an incredible feat of engineering, this was typical of the Romans. Without mining the riches of Rio Tinto, the empire would never have been able to expand so far. A growing empire brought with it a growing population. They all needed to be fed,